Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I wanted to come on and make my welcome to the dark side video. um, for those who have followed me forever or watched my videos, I was a lap band patient back in 2009, and short version, rocked the band, loved it, got pregnant, had to take my fluid out, had a baby, put the fluid back in, and my band slipped. So the past 2 years since my daughter's been born, I didn't know what was going on. I just wasn't paying attention. I was gaining weight. I was throwing up foods I shouldn't eat, but then eating tons of slider food. So yeah, that caused a problem. So went to the doctor, had my lap band looked at, only to find out that my band had slipped, which sucked. Because I was an advocate for the band. I really liked the band. The band worked for me and I worked for it. And then once it slipped, it was game over. But I'm smart enough to know myself that I need a tool. So I started looking into other options. And after going through all of that rigmarole, it ended up being my doctor suggesting me to be a lap band to gastric bypass revision patient. My doctor personally did not recommend the sleeve just because of scar tissue and acid reflux. I had acid reflux really bad there at the end of having my band in. So I was really nervous about that because initially when I had my lap band, gastric bypass just sounded so invasive and so scary, and the band was like, oh, it's a piece of plastic, it's cool, whatever, just clip it on. But when it's your only option, you do a lot more research. So January 26th, I believe, or 27th, 26th, I had the revision done. I was in the hospital for 2 nights, and they took out my band and my port and did a gastric bypass revision. So I am officially bandless and now an RNY, RUNY. There's so many like code names for it. I don't know. I've had gastric bypass, whatever you want to code that as. Either way, it's still a weight loss surgery, so I still feel like I'm in the same boat as a lot of us out there. It's just a different type. So I wanted to touch on what these first 2 weeks have felt like, what it's looked like. And drumroll, did I lose weight? Thank God I did. So I think a lot of us can relate to the fact that when you find out you're having surgery or you're getting ready to start a diet, you do the classic like food funeral. I had like a week and a half of food funeral. Like all my favorite restaurants I wanted, I had them. So in that 2-week restricted diet that you're supposed to be like really, really watching it, I was really, really watching myself eat a lot of food funeral food. Food funeral food. There we go. So I lost 5 pounds in my 2-week pre-op diet thing, and then had surgery, and I am down as of today 15.2 pounds. So, and my 2-week will be Tuesday, and today is Sunday, so I'm not quite at 2 weeks. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. But I also know it's because I'm eating like this much food. Yeah, so I want to talk about what the hardest part has been thus far with having it. Having the revision surgery in general, I felt like this one was harder because the recovery felt different. I was in more pain. I still have a drain tube they sent me home with because they said there was just too much interior fluid going on with having my band removed and doing a bypass all at the same time. So hopefully tomorrow when I go to the doctor, I get this drain tube removed because I feel like it's a ball and chain, and I'm frankly sick of feeling like my 2-year-old or 2.5-year-old is gonna like grab onto it and yank it out. So it grosses me out. So the hardest part during the recovery has been, of course, that first week it's gas pains. Man, the gas pains under my ribs were so bad, and you can't just cough it out or walk it off. Or, I mean, I tried everything. Gas X strips, a lot of people recommended those were great. And just walking and resting and just trying to, make the days go by faster, so it'd heal up better. What my food looks like right now, I'm on the first couple days / week was like the clear liquids and moving into creamy liquids, and then soft stuff will start like Tuesday and after. So I've had a lot of just soft stuff. I did try to buy a whole bunch of the Premier protein drinks. Those just gross me out. I tried so many flavors, and it's just a weird syrupy, bad aftertaste grossness I just can't get on board with. So I've been drinking a ton of the Premier protein milkshakes, like the vanilla and the chocolate, and then I mix it with like a little bit of frozen banana or low-fat peanut butter or something like that. And those are really, really good. But I am way more of a salt tooth versus a sweet tooth, so I can only like do like one of those a day, then like the rest of my protein has to be like protein. But overall, so far so good. I go for my 2-week checkup tomorrow, even though it's a day early, and you know, I go back to work in 1 more week, so I had 3 weeks off for my surgery, and I'm just ready to get back into that mentality of the gym and feeling restriction and all that. I have had one close encounter with what a dumping syndrome feels like, and I don't think this is something that someone who's never had a weight loss surgery and just had surgery would experience so quickly, but because I've had a lap band and then now this surgery, in my head, like I know how the recovery game works. Like I know I'm only supposed to eat this much, but I know I probably could eat more. It was a weird mentality. So my grandmother made like fried chicken and mashed potatoes and corn, all this stuff. I didn't have any. And so when I was putting all the leftovers away, it was like a quick panic moment, like, oh my God, that smells so good. I'm like sick of chicken broth times 10. And I put a few bites in my mouth of the fried chicken, like one big perfect bite, like fried chicken with some mashed potatoes and a couple pieces of corn on it, and like ate it and went to sit down, and all of a sudden I started feeling really nauseous and hot and sweaty and just sick and just uncomfortable and a weird back pain. And so I am guessing that is my gastric bypass saying like, whoa bitch, slow your roll, you're on like week 2. So that was a very much needed wake up call, because up until then I was like, I don't feel anything in me. I don't know what's going on. Like nothing's telling me like I'm stuck, or I know that stuck feeling is gone now. So it's going to be a different feeling, but it's different to get used to. So I was glad to see it show its ugly head, sadly. But anyway, beyond that, yeah, down 15.2 pounds. My starting weight was 270. Yeah, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna worry about that too much, because that number is long gone. And I got there because of a lot of funeral food. So, but yeah, so far so good. I'm looking forward to getting out of the house. I'm getting very stir crazy. And today I showered and like put makeup on and wore jewelry, and I was like, oh, I feel human again. So anyway, that's all I just wanted to share, my update now that I've been officially converted. Still just a regular weight loss surgery patient trying to feel fit and healthy and gain my active life back. So I hope you all are well, and I will check in with you next time. Okay, bye.